Okay, folks, pyramid you're looking at, I enhanced it from the footage from Secret Space UFO Apollos 1 through 11. I took some footage from Richard Dolan, so he can give you the 411 on really what's happening in this system, this undercover, this cover up, and the footage I got from the raw dog Apollo 11 footage of everything. I'll give it to you the 411, the real deal Holyfield, Circle 7 production, and Conrad Henry.
Say hello from the five of us, if we may. Roger. Surely this is, it's so hard to describe. You can go right up. It's incredible. Okay, this has got to be the greatest sight ever. You ought to see it up here.
You know, it's a very interesting little document from 1950. There was a Canadian government official named Wilbert Smith, and he was very interested in these flying saucers. Wilbert Smith was a real smart guy. He was an engineer, he was a scientist, and he had a kind of a mid-upper level position in the Canadian bureaucracy. And he was able to go down to Washington, D.C. In September 1950 to the Canadian embassy there. And while he was hanging around D.C., he goes and talks to some American scientists, and one in particular. And this was a scientist who was very well plugged in. And this man's name was Robert Sarbacher, we learned many years later. It was very, very powerful. Sarbacher says, yes, flying saucers do exist. I can confirm that for you. Their modus operandi is unknown, but the United States government considers this the most classified subject of all, 2 levels higher than the hydrogen bomb, which in 1950 was about as big as you could get. But flying saucers were higher than that. So Smith types up this memo for his supervisors in the Canadian government, and that's that. But actually, that wasn't that, because years after he died, his private papers were analyzed, and the exact name of that scientist was written there, and that scientist, Robert Sarbacher, was still alive. And researchers found him, and Sarbacher confirmed the whole thing. He said, yeah, that actually did happen. So anyway, my point simply is, you've got very clear knowledge among the highest circles in Washington back in 1950, for example, and in the military back in 1950, that yes, absolutely, UFOs were the most sensitive subject out there. Now, ask yourself, why would that be? You know, why would that be the most sensitive subject if it was all nonsense and hallucinations and hoaxes and things like this, you know? Well, obviously, it's a lot more than that. And when you go through the declassified literature, such that we have, there's still a lot we don't have, but we have enough to show very, very clearly that you had countless violations of sensitive airspace by objects that did not look normal, that were doing things that were not supposed to be possible over places that you were never supposed to go. All right, whether that means over Los Alamos, where the scientists developed the atomic bomb, or the Hanford nuclear plant in the state of Washington, which was a major plutonium processing facility, a lot of toxic waste there to this day, or over the Oak Ridge nuclear. The subject of UFOs has always been considered to be of the highest level of security classification that we know of. And so now if you've got NASA engaged in any capacity with the United States military on any type of classified mission that it engages in, there is no way ever that they're just going to tell the world, oh, look, there are all these UFOs, people. How cool is that? No, that'll never happen. That will never happen until the laws change. And those laws haven't changed. The subject still remains highly classified, even well into the 21st century. It is, we can talk a little bit more about it now than, say, a few years ago. That's interesting and that's true. But there's still a red line, and thou shalt not go over that red line.
One minute, 10 seconds. Yeah, what you see here is the bust of Cleopatra that's in a Egypt museum, and what you see on the right is a picture from the Apollo 11 before they headed back to Earth. That's AS 11 44 54 50 65 47, and you see at the end there is all those are structures, those are statues. I don't know what they are, but they all everywhere. And their head, you see at the end there, their head, far end, the head just looks just like Cleopatra bust head on this statue in Egypt. This is not by coincidence. This actually occurred because they were honoring the Kemet. Egypt was called Kemet, and the pyramids were built. King Tut. It's the depiction of King Tut on one of the pyramids or the mountains of the moon. The same depiction of him as it is of Cleopatra. Kemet, Black Power, Anunnaki, who you are, Sumerian. That you grow all over the universe. Black folks all over the universe. The big secret of the secret space UFO is you. This pyramid, they claim the pyramid that they saw, they said, oh, the greatest sight, got to be the greatest sight ever. And they were the only one privileged to see it. The Sumerians, the Black Sumerians. I want to take you here. Staircase along the side. It's distorted, but you get close up on it, you see some detail. Like over here, what is this? This is on the staircase. Ivory white staircase. That's why they said it was the greatest sight ever. Because parts of this was beautiful statues, white and probably gray masonry of it. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, look up there. Art show. Art show. Yeah, you get some details here. There's people over there. Some details around. I'm having the hardest fucking time getting this shit together, man. This takes too fucking long. I don't know. Listen, man, Secret Space UFO, the secret is that black people are the original people, man. Black people are the original human beings in the universe. Everywhere you look, you see black people. When they went to the moon, they saw it too. And they was astonished. They saw that fabulous pyramid and they made up in their mind they were going to be the only one that was going to lay eyes on it. Man, it's atrocious. Oh, man. But the reason why they keep this secret, 2 levels higher than the hydrogen bomb in the 1950s. What sense does that make? Because they were black. And if it was called the tall whites, or it was just the alien grays, it wouldn't have been, I don't think, nowhere in the world. When you look in Antarctica, when you look in the Arctic Circle, when the beings are coming here, they are here. They are black. They are ran by black. They are the superpowers of this area, of this solar system, and the United States, NASA, the United States military, Russia, can't do nothing about it but defer. With that said, that's the real deal Holyfield.